Any injuries? No excuse.
Oh, no.
Today's our first session with Sandra Schilling, who is in the room in there. So Sandra is doing an art therapy session, which is basically finding these athletes' inner strength from inside out. So what that means is putting everything that I'm applying to them, but from her expertise on paper, and using art as another vehicle for helping these athletes get out of here.
Yeah, so the idea is that in order to give your best performance, you really need to focus your energies and let go of the things that have happened to you perhaps yesterday, or any things that might be coming up for you in the future, and just really be present. I think they were quite pleasantly surprised. They were really relaxed. They enjoyed the mindfulness part, and then each of them really identified their own personal symbol and were able to actually get that down on paper.
As you can see, we've got quite a lot of different groups that's going on. So we've got the younger group, 2 groups of 20 over there with Tony Adam from the Storm. After a lot of conditioning work that we've been doing, he's now testing them how fatigued they are in a game scenario when you're really, really tired and you need to push a little bit harder. This is what it comes down to, being able to be conditioned, and more important, getting your mind right when the pressure's on. So once again, big thanks out to Tony Adam from the Melbourne Storm. Boys over here with one of the CQ trainers with Mully, doing a bit of live game scenario for their game. So as you can see, we've got a lot of rugby players in there, and they're going full contact here. So once again, under fatigue, the decisions that they make in these game scenarios is exactly why we train this way. Big Luke Holmes, once again, big thank you to him for coming down all the way down from Sydney to Warringah Rugby Club. This all set up thanks to Luke Holmes, and we've got 3 boys that left the CQ Academy last year, hence now we are working in conjunction with the boys. So anyone that he sees or identifies amongst CONQUEST can once again achieve their dreams.
My name is Luke Holmes. I'm the first grade captain and the general manager of the Warringah Rugby Club up in Sydney. We're a first division premier rugby club. I've come down today to help Dave out. It's a big opportunity for me to try and give back to something he's put so much work into. He really lives and breathes these young boys. My heart is really to try and help young kids achieve their dreams. So to see Dave and be able to help him do this is a big thing. I think I spent 2 years down here in Melbourne, and there's a lot of young talent. Especially in the Islanders, there's a lot of young Islander boys down here which have big futures, and to be able to see them go on, play professional football, and help their families and make their families proud, it's I suppose it's really encouraging for me to be able to try and help them provide that. So for me, it's a great opportunity to be part of something like this.
There's no excuse for you not to train. So whether it's your lower half, whether it's your upper body, whatever injury that occurs during your career or during training, you can always find a way to continually work. Not only that, while these boys are working hard, there's no excuse that I've got Buster and Jeremy over here who both have lower limb injuries. So throughout this whole 3 hours, you probably see on camera that they're still training. So it's a bit of a mindset that while the boys are working hard, even though you're injured, you work even harder. So there's a lot of things you can do when you're injured with your lower body. So Buster's doing a lot of core work here at the moment. Big tip, especially when we train at CQ, fat grips. If you don't have any fat grips, try and get some. So fat grips make the diameter of the bar a lot thicker, especially for our contact sport boys, or really in general. The weakest part of your hands are your fingers. So by creating the diameter of the bar to be a lot thicker, instantly you're going to get stronger. So once again, any injuries, no excuse. The boys started at 5 a.m. till 5:30. We were stretching here at Musashi, and then we made our way to the field. third year in now for the academy, and I'm very privileged to have the Melbourne Storm alongside CONQUEST now. So we've got Tony Adam here, who's down from the Melbourne Storm, giving up his time to help develop the athletes we've got here at CONQUEST. To be honest, I would have never dreamt that this day would come where I'm now affiliating with clubs that were the #1 club in the world in rugby league to the Melbourne Storm. So to Tony Adam and the boys down there, thank you very much. I appreciate all your support.
Hi, my name's Tony Adam. I'm from the Melbourne Storm, and I'm just here helping out Dave with the boys at CONQUEST Academy. So just here to obviously share with them some of the skill set required to be successful at rugby league.
As he rips one way, I want you to keep your hips in. Good. What we want to do is he hits.
It's threefold from my perspective. It's about the skill, it's about the conditioning, but it's also about developing mentalities, because obviously important in rugby league is control the ruck speed. So that's where we just need a lot of little subtle skills that help us control that. And for a lot of the boys, they just haven't got that exposure. So just sharing a little bit of that intellectual capital here with them. The boys, yeah, look, they're not used to it. They certainly had lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm, but just at the moment, it's just those technical things. But I'm sure if they take things on board, go away and apply themselves, they can really work on that intensity aspect, which is probably the thing that's lacking at the moment. They're just not used to body on body in a controlled environment. Yeah, for me, it's all about work ethic and just having a really good attitude about continual improvement. So I think coming to things like this with Dave and he's educating. So from that, you get a very good understanding about what's required to be a professional athlete. So these types of academy programs just allow you to understand what you need to bring to the table if you want to be compete at an elite level.
Well done.
Now rotate, try and rotate out, little hips, little steps. That's it. So that's it. Well done. Ball carriers, that's it. Ball carriers run straight. And we give it to the next guy.